Hello everyone, a very good evening. Welcome to the demo class of our JAIIB Foundation 3.0 batch. This is for the selection batch. And for those who have been here since the previous batch, we are starting the module A today. So both the things. Those who have joined the RBWM selection batch for the first time, this is your demo class. So today we are going to discuss the basics of the RBWM paper, syllabus, priority topics, what strategy we are going to follow, how we are going to study in the next 3 or 4 months to qualify our RBWM paper and our JAIIB exam. All right. So when we talk about our RBWM paper, out of your 4 papers, I'm saying this very openly, this one paper is very scoring. You can easily score 60 plus marks in your RBWM paper, but for that, you need to have the conceptual clarity. If you do not have the conceptual clarity, then scoring would be difficult. All right. Yes. So let us start by first discussing basics about our batch. So I am Anshul, your JAIIB mentor, and I will be taking the RBWM paper in English medium. In English medium. Both the batches are available in English medium as well as bilingual medium. So you have selected the English medium batch. This complete batch will be in English. It means that both the content as well as the explanation is going to be in English medium. These are just some of the scores of the November 2025 exam. In RBWM, as you can see scores as high as 76, scores 67, 51, 56, 53, 54, 62, 60. So most 72. All the scores are above 50, many scores are above 60 and even above 70. So this can be your score. You can also score 70 plus, 60 plus in your RBWM paper, but do not take the paper lightly. If you take the paper lightly, then you will lose marks. But if you follow the strategy, if you are consistent with your preparation, then you can definitely score 60 plus in your exam. These are just some of the aspirants, some of the many aspirants who have cleared their JAIIB exam in the November 2025 exam cycle. And definitely you can be next. Your photo will be here if you are consistent with your preparation starting from today. So these are the expected dates of your JAIIB May 2026 exam. Your first paper is the IE and IFS, which will probably be on 3rd of May, but right now the registration dates have not yet started. There's a delay in announcing the registration dates, so it is possible that the exam they might get a bit in the mid of May. Still, your first paper will be IEIFS, second will be your PPB, third if is your AFM exam, and then your fourth paper is the RBWM exam. Between these papers, you get 1 week time. For RBWM, you will get 1 week time, but that time will be for your revision. Right now, first you need to focus on the concepts. You need to focus on the conceptual clarity. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to start with the module A. Module A and module B will be live. All the topics, everything we are going to cover in the live classes. This is the JAIIB RBWM exam pattern. Number of questions are 100, total marks are 100, and duration is 2 hours. There is no negative marking. So you will be given 2 hours to attempt 100 questions of total 100 marks. Questions will be of zero point 0.5 mark, 1 mark, and 2 mark questions. To qualify the paper, you need to score 50 plus in RBWM. The same pattern is there for all the other three papers as well. But there's also the benefit of overall aggregate. So if you have 45 plus in all the papers and your total aggregate is 200 plus out of 400, then also you will qualify the exam. So let's say in some paper you scored 47, 46, let's say 52, and in your fourth paper, which is the game changer, RBWM will determine, it will make it or break it for you. So if you can score here 60 or 65 plus, then you will qualify your JAIIB exam. And yes, it is possible, it is very much possible to score 60 plus in your RBWM paper because it deals with your daily banking practices, your daily banking knowledge, and the paper is not tough. There are five modules in your RBWM paper. Module A is Retail Banking Introduction, Basics of Retail Banking. What is retail banking, characteristics, features, advantages, the models of retail banking. Module B is retail products and recovery. You'll be studying about the liability side products, the asset side products, recovery of loans, SARFAESI Act, securitization. This is the lengthiest module. Module A has 4 units. Then module B is lengthy, plus it also has a very high weightage. You can expect around 10 to 15 mark questions from module A, minimum 25 mark questions from module B. Then you have the module C, which is support services. Support services which are related to the marketing, delivery model, delivery channels. There are 6 units in module C and 5 to 10 mark questions are asked from module C. Then comes the module D, which is the most important. It has the highest weightage and you should give it the highest priority. You can expect minimum 35 mark questions from your module D. There are 4 units in module D. And then module E again has 4 units from where you can expect again 5 to 10 mark questions. Additional reading material on home loan. So this is how the RBWM paper is divided. But if you are thinking that you will study only module B and module D, the questions can be tough. That is why you need to study the module C, A, and E as well. Module C is simple. Very basic case study questions are asked. Even the numerical questions that are asked, they will come from module A or your module E. They are also very simple. Direct formula based questions are there. You can easily score 2 marks in the numericals. So the types of questions that are asked, you'll get direct MCQs with 4 options. These are fact based MCQs. Like the institute will give you which of the following models of retail banking have profit centers. So you need to select whether it is the departmental model, SBU model, or the integrated. Then numerical questions are asked, numerical questions from ROA and ROE concept, from the profit and profitability, gross profit, net profit, operating profit. Numericals also come from module E, from the capital gains part, present value and future value of money, annuity and annuity due. Multiple selection type questions are there. The institute will give you a question and multiple statements, 5 or 6 statements from which you need to select. 1, 2, and 3 are correct, 2, 3, and 4 are correct. Like this, questions are asked. And you also have the case study based questions, where rather than asking a direct question, scenario will be given and you will be asked to answer, take a decision like a banker. Like such and such are the features of the individual. Is the individual eligible for a home loan or not? Or what will be the EMI payment? All right. Now, here's a list of the must-do topics from each of the module. From module A, you need to cover the introduction part of retail banking, the definition, features, advantages, and disadvantages of retail banking, the role within the bank operations, applicability of retail banking concepts, retail versus corporate banking, wholesale banking, and branch profitability. In the module B, the important topics are customer requirements, where you need to study the Maslow hierarchy, the product development process stages, credit scoring model, liability product, asset product, credit and debit card, and the remittance products. Then from the module C, very simple case study questions are asked from module C, like marketing introduction, delivery channels, delivery models, customer relationship management, service standards for retail banking, and marketing information system. From module D, all the four units are very important. The various investment products, the mutual fund schemes, what is portfolio management, what is investment banking, these topics are extremely important. And then module E, which is home loan. So from the home loan part, the different types of mortgages are important. Valuation of real property numerical are asked, from the present value and future value of annuity and annuity due. Very simple numericals are there. Just understand the concept and you'll easily yes, it is easy. The numerical part is very easy. But for that also, first you need to understand the theory. First you need to understand the concepts, only then you will be able to solve the numericals. So this is going to be our strategy. First, we are going to complete the syllabus. You are not going to skip any module. Attend all the live classes of module A and B. You also need to practice the mock tests. You have the module wise mock test, full length mock test. It will help you evaluate and analyze your preparation level. You have to follow exam specific notes to study and revision. Do not waste your time on studying from every resource that you get. No. Focus on study material from one particular platform and be consistent. Use it for your revision. And revision is very important. Utilize your weekends for revision. If you have any holidays, utilize those days. Go through the PDFs. In this particular batch, you are also going to get the 360-degree kit in which flashcards are available. You are also going to get quiz from each of the lecture. Concise notes are available, detailed notes are available, and the PDF of the class note. All of these will form the 360-degree kit for you so that you can revise thoroughly. All right. So that is all about the RBWM paper. Today we are also going to start with the unit 1 of your module A. So we are starting with the module A unit 1, which is retail banking introduction. In this particular unit, it is the basics of retail banking. Topics like evolution of retail banking, characteristics of retail banking, advantages, constraints, the challenges for retail banking. These are here. Right. So when we talk about retail banking, the Indian economy over the past decades has been witnessing an upswing due to liberalization policy. There are economic changes. People have increased income, their savings level have also increased, their demand has also increased, their dependence on financial markets, particularly on bank, has also increased. So banks, they have been moving away from their traditional banking role, and they're providing multiple products and services through multiple delivery channels to provide all kinds of financial needs of the customers, right? Now, considering the increased competition, there's com- Not just the public sector banks, there's competition from private banks, foreign banks. So there's a felt need for the banks to be innovative, develop different products with a variety of features. Add on features should be there that will provide more satisfaction to the customers. So the banks are moving away from a product centric approach to a customer centric approach. And this customer centric approach is known as retail banking. So, what is retail banking? It refers to the provision of banking products and services offered to the individual customers for non entrepreneurial purposes. So, when the banking products and services are provided to individual customers for their personal needs, then it is known as retail banking, right? Retail banking. On the liability side, we have the various deposits that are created, the various deposits like fixed deposit, current deposit, savings deposit. On the asset side, we have the banks give loans to large number of customers with a low ticket size, large number of customers that need loans of low value. So there are different types of loans like personal, housing, auto loan, educational loan. Banks, they also provide the different credit cards, depository services, para banking services, insurance products, capital market product to individuals. So banks, apart from the asset and liability products, they also provide other party products. This is known as para banking. All right. So when we talk about retail banking, the stages of retail banking, there are two stages of retail banking. The retail banking starts with the target clientele. What is the first target client for the bank? Common masses, the large number of people. And then retail banking slowly graduates through a stage which can be called as class retail banking. So, first we start with mass banking and then we move on to class retail banking. What is mass banking? When the generic products are provided to all the customers, then it is known as mass retail banking. And class retail banking refers to when the products are made customized. They are customized, tailor made to provide the needs of unique customer segment, high net worth or affluent clients. That is known as class retail banking. So, what is mass retail banking? It is the stage in which the bank provides standardized banking products and services to its customers. The banks attempt to build a sufficiently broad customer base. This broad customer base will serve as a stable source of funding. That is, the large customer base, bank is providing a standardized product to them. Standardized product means the deposit product. For example, a savings deposit. All the banks they offer the savings deposit with more or less the same characteristic. So it is a standardized generic product. But these customers they can be leveraged. They can be cross-sold and upselling can be done to provide more products and services to them. So these sufficiently broad customer will create a stable source of funding. From this customer base, then the banks select their target, that is the class retail banking, wherein customized products and services targeted at a unique customer segment, the high net worth individuals. Those individuals who have the capacity to pay a higher fees. So first the banks start with mass retail banking, standardized banking products and services to large customer base. Then we move on to the class retail banking. The bank offers customized products and services to a unique customer segment, high net worth individual. And when retail banking is solely focused at the high net worth individuals or the unique customer segment, then it is known as what? It is known as private banking. So if the banks are particularly catering to the needs of private individuals, niche customer segment, then it is known as private banking. So banking can be divided into two parts: banking for individuals and banking for firms. Banking for individuals is known as retail banking, which has class retail banking and mass retail banking. The individuals also include entrepreneurial that have small needs as compared to the firms like agriculture and MSME. Individuals also come under the individual or retail banking. So retail banking is also known as personal banking or consumer banking, wherein the bank provides financial services to individual customers, consumers rather than businesses, right? So it is a way for the individual consumers to manage their money, have access to credit, deposit their money in a secure manner. All right? Yes. Now, what does retail banking provide? It provides everything: asset side product and liability side product. So, service include the various types of accounts like savings and current account, recurring deposit, fixed deposit, two in one deposit. Mortgages are there, the different types of housing loans, personal loans, education loans, debit card or credit card. Banks, they also work with certificates of deposit. Banks, they also provide local community banks or divisions of large commercial bank. In the digital age, fintech companies. What are fintech companies? Financial plus technology. Like there's the Paytm Payments Bank, Google Pay. So when the technology giants are providing financial services. So retail banking services are provided to individuals in the general public. Corporate banking services are only provided to small or large companies, corporate bodies. So retail banking has its focus on what? On individuals with their personal needs, low ticket size. What are the characteristics of retail banking? Very generic things. This whole unit deals with very generic things. So, what are the features? Retail banking provides the services to multiple customer group with multiple products and multiple channels of distribution. So, there is multiple customer, multiple product, and multiple delivery channel. Multiple customers mean there will be the mass customer segment, there will be the um, high net worth individuals, affluent, super affluent. Multiple products means on the deposit side also there are the different types of deposits. In the asset side also the different types of loans. And delivery channels. Delivery channels could be direct banking through the branch, or it could be through a business correspondent, or mobile app, or bank website. The banking facilities are targeted at individual customers or small organizations who have a well diversified portfolio. Well diversified portfolio means multiple needs are there, focused towards the mass market segment, large population. It offers liability, asset, and service products through both physical and virtual channels. Delivery channels like ATMs, internet banking, mobile banking, phone banking, etc. And the services are extended to the small and medium sized businesses as well. Not just the individuals, but small and medium sized businesses as well. So, what will be the advantage of retail banking? In the retail banking, client base is large. So the risk is widespread across the customer base. When there are only, let's say, five or six customers, even if one defaults, it will lead to a huge loss. But if there are hundreds of customers, thousands of customers, a few of them are risky, but most of them would be safe. So the risk is widespread. Customer loyalty is strong. It is not easy for the customer, or frequently the customers do not change one bank to another very often. Like if I'm availing a deposit, I have a deposit savings deposit in any one bank and I need a loan, I will approach the same bank because I have already experienced the customer service. I know the standard. I am familiar with the bank officers and stuff. There's attractive and wide interest spread. What is the meaning of interest spread? Banks, they earn interest on deposit. Sorry, the banks, they earn interest on loans and pay interest on deposit. But because the customer base is too fragmented, it is large. So the customers will not be able to bargain. They will have to accept whatever rates the bank is offering, right? So banks will have an edge over it. And also there is less volatility in demand. The large corporates, their demand for finance or credit will be more when there's a upswing in the economy, when there is a positive growth in the economy. Only then they would want to start a new venture or invest. But retail banking products will always have a high demand. Like there will always be demand for deposit products, for home loan, for education loan. So there is less volatility and large number of customers are there. So clients upselling, cross-selling can be done. Then we can categorize the clients using the scoring system or data mining. However, there are also certain disadvantages of retail banking, like managing the large number of clients is tough. Rapid evolution of products can lead to IT complication. Cost of maintaining the branch network is quite high. So the banks, they encourage customers to shift to the low cost channels like ATM, mobile or internet for the smaller value transaction. Only higher value transactions should be done at the branches. There are higher delinquencies in the unsecured retail loan. So there are challenges. Competition is also a challenge. Still, if managed effectively through proper monitoring, credit scoring, the risk can be reduced. Next, what is the evolution of retail banking? See, retail banking as a business model has evolved over the years from the traditional banking space. Historically, banking in Indian scenario, I would say before the 1960s, was identified with lending to the business and corporate clients for their working capital and project financing. They were restricted to the class clients to satisfy the high net worth individuals' needs. So, for financing raw material, work in progress, finished goods. But over a period of time, as the needs and wants of the customers expanded, more and more products and services were needed. So, the banks had redesigned their product and service paradigm completely. There was an absolute need by the bank to develop specialized and sophisticated products to meet the diverse growth of organization. So from being plain vanilla commercial function, banks took new avatars like investment banks, merchant banks. Then mergers and acquisitions happened during the 1960s, 1980s. Evolution of banking system, the privatization happened. So basically, over a period of time, the banks have evolved. The foreign banks operating in India in the late 1970s and 1980s, they came out with their consumer banking model. They offered hybrid liability and asset products. Who were the pioneers of these products for retail banking? Standard Chartered Bank and Grindlays Bank. You need to remember these two names. These were the pioneers in introducing the retail type of products. Citibank also, it was the first bank that introduced the credit card products when in 1980s. If we talk about Indian banks, so SBI and other public sector banks like the Indian Overseas Bank, Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Andhra Bank, they also developed and marketed their asset products and card product. In fact, BOB and Andhra Bank were two of the early players in the credit card business in the public sector bank. So we can say the evolution of retail banking can be traced back to the entry of foreign bank, offering products and services based on specific customer segment. Then the entry of new generation private banks in the early 1990s. It created a new approach to retail banking. They had the advantage of technology right from the start. They had a clear positioning. You'll be studying about the positioning platform in your unit 3. So huge competition was there. So the public sector banks also redefined their business model. They aggressively entered the market space, creating a retail war. So now, entering the retail space was a win win situation for all the players as well as the consumer base. Okay, so we can say strong economic fundamentals, growing urban population, higher disposable income, rise in the young population. These are all the reasons for the explosion of the service economy, for the explosion of retail banking in India. All right. So that is the evolution. Now, if we talk about the prerequisites for the success of retail banking, there are various factors that can subscribe to the success of retail banking. There should be a presence of an efficient delivery mechanism. Banks should be able to deliver the products and services to the customers in a safe, secure, prompt manner, cost effective manner using technology. Direct banking should be there. Product appropriateness should be there. It is a precondition for the success of retail banking. The banks, they should create products that are satisfying the needs of the customers. Pricing again, both on the liability and asset side, very important. Credit scoring model, statistical technique to predict the behavior of the new applicants. Again, banks have started employing credit scoring model, and there should be a consumer protection environment. Large amount of penalties are levied on the banks by the regulators, mainly for failing to protect the customers' interests for unfair practices. More focus needs to be given. There are challenges for retail banking like consumer protection and pricing, understanding of the KYC, AML issues, managing the various types of risks, credit risk, market risk, liquidity risk, interest rate risk. Banks should address these risks, these issues quickly. The alternate delivery channels like ATM, internet mobile banking, QR code have entered. So, technology aided delivery channels should be there, continuing growth. So, what are the reasons for the growth of retail banking segment in India? Why the retail banking segment has grown manifold in India? There's a rise of the young Indian professional. This is an important contributory factor. The percentage of middle to high income individuals is continuously rising. The younger population have a higher purchasing power. They are also comfortable in having more debt using credit cards. They are more liberal towards personal debt. Growth, again, the Indian economy is growing. So, along with that, the financial needs are also increasing. Then we have the financial market reforms. Various financial market reforms are there, like the micro level demand and supply factors. Basically, commercial banks have witnessed development all over the world. Then, increasing purchasing power of the middle income. Retail banks, they also play a critical role in their home economies. They offer critical credit functions that fuel the engine of economic growth. When problems hit the retail banking sector, the result is dire economic circumstances. So, retail banking acts as an engine of economic growth. There is the mass market banking. They offer variety of important services to their customers. Retail banking is typically mass banking, offering services like savings, operative account, all kinds of personal loans, auto loans, and student loan. It is a volume driven business. The retail credit ensures the business is widely dispersed among a large customer base, unlike corporate lending, right? The ability of a bank to administer a large portfolio of retail credit products is very important. Then, automation of banking products. Now, the customers can avail their banking products and services anytime, anywhere, 24/7. ATMs are there that facilitate low cost transaction. Also, the advantage of reducing the branch traffic. Easy and affordable access is there. Then, financial liquidity, like issue of credit card insurance, waiver of processing fees, administration fee, prepayment charges. Economic prosperity is another reason for the growth of retail banking. Changing consumer dynamics, we have the benefit of demographic dividend. It means 70% of the population is below 35 years of age. We have a young population that works both quantitatively and qualitatively. They are more inclined towards debt, financial services, investments. They are more inclined towards having professional management of their wealth. So that is also a reason for the growth of retail banking. Then we have the technological innovations are there, increase in the bank liquid cash, CRR, SLR is being reduced, decline in the interest rate. The retail loan interest rates, they have declined from 16 to 18%. That was in 1995-96 to presently 7.5 to 9%. Banks have been given autonomy. Then there have been declining cost of incremental deposit. Banks could offer afford to quote a lower rate of interest, as low cost saving deposit is low cost. Current account is no cost. These deposits are available with the bank. So these deposits contribute to more than one third of their funds. So banks, their low cost deposits are there. So they can also reduce their interest rate on the housing loan. And there's a change of terms of loan. Earlier, now the banks are offering retail loan for short term, medium term, and long term from 15 to 30 years. Earlier, it was restricted to 5 or 7 years, 5 to 7 years only. So this has given more financial leverage to people. So we can say that there is increase in economic activity which creates scope for retail banking, increase in purchasing power, increase in the middle class population, nuclear family concept, tax benefits are also available. If we talk about the future of retail banking, so banks and financial institutions, there's tremendous pressure on them to innovate and provide seamless digital services that replicate the digital experience that a technology company provides. So the customers, they can avail deposit products, even loans through the digital platform. They can check their accounts, generate mini statement, apply for a new loan, everything. So the future of retail banking is digital banking. The temporary reduced hours of brick and mortar bank branches. Now the customers, they can download directly the financial institutions app. There's rapid adaptation of blockchain by retail banking in both peer to peer areas, business to business areas. Then we have artificial intelligence for fraud prevention, anomaly detection, customer analytics, risk management. Cyber security will be a top priority. Payment innovations have been introduced in retail banking. There's a rise of big tech in the banking industry. So, we can definitely say that retail banking is going to grow even more in the future. The customers are going to prefer digital banking away from the branch. They want services anytime, anywhere. That is all from the unit 1. So, like I already told you, the unit 1 is very simple. Basic questions are asked from here. Basic questions that include meaning of retail banking, meaning of class retail, and mass retail banking. Questions that are not tough. All right. Let us solve these questions from the Macmillan book and then we will end the session. Advantages of retail banking include. What are the advantages of retail banking? Risk is less as client base is large. Income is relatively more as spread is more. Stable model with less volatility. Or option D, all of the above. So what will be the correct answer? The correct answer will be D. All of these are the advantages of retail banking. Which one of the following is not an advantage of retail banking? High cross-selling potential, high default rates, high customer loyalty, less volatility in business. Which of the following is not an advantage? High default rates. There are high default rates, but it is a constraint. It is not an advantage. Which of the following is not a part of retail banking? Internet banking, mobile banking, providing term loans for projects or credit card facility. So retail banking is available on internet banking, mobile banking. Retail banking also provides credit card facility, but providing term loans for the projects is not a part of retail banking. So the correct answer is C. After the outbreak of COVID-19, the future of retail banking will depend mainly on digital banking, branch banking, brick and mortar banking, or none of the above. So after COVID-19 pandemic, the customers are preferring what? They are preferring digital banking. They do not want to visit the branch. They do not want to stand in queues. They want anytime, anywhere banking services. That is in digital banking. All right. Retail banking evolves from mass retail banking to class retail banking. What distinguishes these stages? Mass retail banking focuses on standardized products for a broad customer base. True. Class retail banking is exclusively digital banking. Incorrect. Class retail banking is for the high net worth individuals. Mass retail banking primarily serves the high net worth individuals. No. Private banking or class retail banking focuses on the high net worth individuals. Class retail banking offers customized services to the niche customer segment. This statement is true. So the correct answer will be C, 1 and 4. So like this questions are asked. Institute can ask you direct questions, MCQ format, or the institute can ask you multiple selection questions or case study based question. That is all for today. This was the first unit. We have completed the first unit of module A. Now, those who have joined us from the YouTube classes, next all the units will be covered in the foundation batch in your paid class where you are going to get live classes covering all the concepts, higher accuracy in case study and numerical. All the classes will be in non-banking hours, that is early morning and late evening, so that you do not miss any of the live classes. And this is the proven strategy followed by the top rankers. In the live classes, you are going to get real life case studies, complete syllabus coverage. All the 5 modules are covered here. You can download the PDF for quick revision, 24/7 access to the offline video. You'll get smart practice tools, unlimited doubt support, content and explanation will be completely in English, and your course will be valid till your exam. So these are the things that you are going to get in the foundation batch. Now, before you leave, I also want to share with you the 360-degree community. How the 360-degree community, 360-degree kit works. All right. So, when a class is completed, you get the recorded version of it that you can watch anytime for your revision. But rather than spending another 1 minute watching the video, what you can do, you can simply revise it through the 360-degree kit. All right. So let us watch any. I will share with you the last class of RBWM. All right. Yes, I will share my screen with you so that you can also view it and see how the 360-degree kit works. Hmm. So, when a recorded video is uploaded on your platform, scroll down, you will see the whole summary here. The whole summary is there. Definition of lender's appraisal procedure, what is the meaning of home loan, loan appraisal, mortgages, the types of mortgage, everything. There are the frequently asked questions. If you click on it, like what is loan origination, you can view it. Loan origination is the entire process from when a customer requests a loan to when the loan is disbursed. You can also prepare your own notes here. The detailed notes are given, which is prepared from the live class. Quiz is also available for you. What does loan origination primarily encompass? The entire process from customer. The correct answer and explanation is also there. There are the flashcards available. What is loan origination? Next, what are the three major phases of loan origination? Information acquisition, credit appraisal, sanction, and disbursement. And the class PDF is also there. You can also view the time, the revision will be more proficient, and you'll understand the concepts even better. So that is all for today. Those who have not yet joined the foundation batch, join the Super Elite Plan foundation batch, start your preparation. Attend all the live classes. Do not skip a single day because now we have already the month of January is complete. You have February, March, and April. 3 months time is remaining. You need to cover the whole syllabus. So that is why start now, start preparing, and be consistent with your preparation. So that is all from my side. We have completed the unit 1. Tomorrow, those who have joined us from the foundation batch, we are going to start with the unit 2. So thank you so much, and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment down below if you have any doubts related to the course, related to the topic, anything. So thank you, good night, take care, and all the best.